Hello everyone. Today I just want to make a small short video about PWM in the newest iPhone 17. So if I would be talking about PWM before like a year ago or even before the iPhone 17 came out, majority of the people would look at me a little bit weird because they don't know what's a PWM and they don't understand if it's important or not. For me, it just kind of like makes sense. At the same time, doesn't make sense what companies that produce phones are doing these days. So Apple is one of the biggest producer of iPhones, seller of iPhones, of phones in general in the world, and they use these days only OLED screen. And some people complain about the OLED flickering, that they use the PWM was kind of like pronounced for a lot of people that are sensitive, so they didn't address this issue at all, and they kind of like never talked about this issue that would be an issue in general. You pay like a lot of money for an iPhone, like 1100, 1300, or even more, up to 2000 if you up to the most memory, and you still get supposedly a high quality screen but with a PWM flicker, which might affect you. And this year they came up with some kind of solution which you can access this into settings and accessibility display, and you just go and turn off on the PWM. So it's supposedly to turn off the PWM issue. The only problem that Apple has is that it turns off the PWM only below the 25%. So I understand the idea is that Apple it was addressing this issue for a small percentage of people, and I guess for majority of people this time, when you're using the phone indoors in a low light condition and your screen goes lower than 25%, the PWM is going to turn off. That means that it's going to be less flicker. It's still going to be flicker, but it's going to be less flicker, which should be better for the sensitive people. The problem is that it's going to still flicker, at more than 25%, 35%, 50%. So if you don't want any flicker or lowest flicker, you would have to keep it at 100% or like 90% or lower than 25%. So I would like to have something like an option to turn off or lower the PWM on any Apple device that would work in any brightness settings, not only below 25%. And I would like to have this feature on all the iPhones, not only the 17s. I don't really understand why this feature is only on the 17, and I think it's mostly marketing, because I don't think it's a hardware, or maybe it's a hardware, I'm not sure. Maybe they need to do something to the chip to be able to turn on this feature. I don't know. But in general, they could. I mean, all the companies, they charge so much for the phones, and they put a lot of stuff in the phone. I guess mostly to get you more addicted to use the phone. But the simple issue by getting your screen not flicker. I understand that a lot of people don't see the with the naked eye, don't see this flicker, but your brain will kind of like comprehend in any, even if you don't see it or don't think it's an important thing. You just see colors, vibrant, beautiful colors, OLED. But I think for your brain and for your eyes, it might not be as good as as you thought it is. So I guess now Apple kind of hurt somebody. I don't know how they got to change or to add this feature. They didn't talk much. I don't think they talk about this at all, but this is a good step forward, at least from Apple as the biggest phone manufacturer, at least in the United States, to get this option. And hopefully in the next iPhones they're going to be even more advanced or more adding to the same feature. Some other companies, Android companies, Samsung, Motorola, and so on. I mean, I'm not gonna mention all the companies, but all the companies pretty much using OLED. Majority of them are using OLED on the flagship devices, which majority of the people are gonna buy. So if you are using um, a flagship, if you want to use a flagship device, you basically kind of out of luck in terms of PWM sensitivity. Some companies, they use some technologies. They will limit the flicker or almost eliminate on any type, any brightness, but not Apple yet. So we hope and we'll see what's going to happen. Thank you for watching the video.